In this video, I look at some ruins I found near the New York Susquehanna and Western's bridge over the Delaware River, which I explored in my previous video. I'm including a link to that video if you're interested. In this video, I look at a concrete foundation, an old pier, and a culvert. If anyone knows what any of these structures are, please let me know in the comments. And if you would like to see more content like this, then please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. One thing I noticed was this concrete structure here. So that down there is the river, and behind me, probably about 50 meters, is where the bridge crossed the river. So the New Jersey pillar of the bridge that I was standing on before. And I'm not sure if this structure was in any way associated with the railroad, but given its proximity to the bridge, it could have been. So I'm just going to take a look at it. Looking at this, it looks like it's a solid concrete structure that doesn't have any entrances to it, so maybe it was some type of support or something. So there's just random graffiti and stuff like that on it. There's a guy with glasses. And this here looks like it's interesting. This is, actually looks like it goes pretty far down. Some type of maybe structure or drainage or something of that nature. And there's another one over there. This one's filled up with rocks and debris. But yeah, there doesn't look like there's any way into it, so I imagine it isn't a building. It's probably just a solid piece of support, maybe as a foundation for something. And there's a metal pipe sticking out. But yeah, and pieces of it are starting to decay and fall apart, but it still looks like it's actually pretty solid. And just one more shot of the concrete structure so you can see that we're pretty clearly in the middle of the woods, and it's actually built on the slopes that would have been part of the Worthington State Forest. So it's on the slopes going up to the top. I believe this is the base of Mount Tamara, which is a popular hiking mountain along the Delaware Gap. And actually the Appalachian Walking Trail goes through Worthington State Forest as well, so it would go through the top of the mountain ranges that we're on the base of. One other thing I found is this structure here. So that's the bridge right there. There's a couple of kayakers going under it, but there's this structure here, and then there's this trail of stairs leading up the slope. So kind of wonder what this actually was. Maybe it was a support for another bridge, or maybe a pier or something of that nature. And one more thing I found here was the remains of an old culvert. So it looks like there was some type of drainage stream or something like that that traveled along this path and into the Delaware River. Not really sure what went over this. It's actually upstream of the railroad bridge, so I imagine this isn't still the railroad track, although maybe there was a branch line that continued along this side of the river and went over here, or it could have been for a walking path or maybe a wagon path or something of that before they turned this into a state forest. Another thing I found was this foundation here. So this foundation is completely covered in overgrowth. It's actually a bit up the river from where the bridge is. So that right there, probably can't see through the woods. That's the concrete structure, and the bridge would be down that direction, probably about 100 meters. And the river is in that general direction. But I saw this concrete foundation or structure here. and just a shot of the woods to show you how overgrown this place is and show you how sloped the terrain is in this area.